Right, so it should reconnect up. Either end or reconnect and everything will run smoothly. Come on. Connect back up, please. Right, I'm gonna have to go back out. Oops. I don't want that to start. No, 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 no. Good, good. Make sure it's definitely not gonna play. Yeah, we're all good. Wanted to refresh and I accidentally clicked something different. Just trying to make sure everything's running smoothly. I've had to drop the quality. Right, so all three. Just I am enjoying it. I just don't need that pop-up right now. It looks like it's running a bit smoother now. Hopefully that's better. I'm just going to check the audio quality, which is going to cause a bit of a feedback loop, but apologies. Now. Hopefully that's better. Yeah, that sounds fine. I'll just set all this up again. The third time. Right, is that all behaving as should be now? Just give it a moment just to make sure. Yep, that all ran smoothly. My goal's up properly. Now we'll just wait a moment. Honestly, apologies for the mess. Just been having some technical issues. That being said, I do need to just quickly check something whilst we wait for people, see if anyone's going to join before I run my tournament. Oh, it's raining. Analytics. Dash. I'm going to pull that back up just so I can see that properly. Stream's bitrate is higher. Oh my god. You told me to update the bitrate, now you're telling me to drop it. I will fight it, but I'll make a note of that. So 6,800. I think it's because I've changed things. But the bitrate's not going to cause any issues anyway. I don't have my notepad open, bear with me. Uh, 6,800. Right, we're just going to round up 7,000 bitrate. There we go. That's just a suggestion. It's not going to cause any issues, I don't think. So, I can't edit my bitrate whilst streaming, as far as I'm aware. Oh no, I can. Okay, I'll do that now. 7,000. That should potentially make a difference. I don't know. Right, okay. Anyway, we're going to try and do one of these runs again and see how it goes. Probably gonna not even get up to 24. Right. So we're gonna do one tier 19 run, and then we're gonna go into our tournaments. Believe I've got everything set correctly. Gonna take. Actually, gonna take this card off. I'm gonna put Fortress in. As silly as that sounds. See how that goes. . still pop that straight away. Then we're going to nuke and then put up. Probably could have got away with demon mode for a little, activating demon mode a little bit later. But hey, what can you do? I just want to see if I have enough health to make it matter, but I don't think I do. I barely get any sort of increase here. One thing that I should really take off as well is the summon, but the summon's not so bad because summon uses basic enemies when it spawns them. It doesn't spawn the fast ultimates. So how are we looking? We won't rebuild our wall in time still. The main thing I was trying to see, does my wall get back up quick enough? But I don't think it does. I'm just shy. In theory, my tournament is going to be a very long tournament, and I should do fairly well. But we'll just have to play it by ear. So this is where I'm about to get one shot as well. And death. Oh. Death. There we go. It was just delayed. Not doing too bad, really. It's a bit of luck based at the end of the day, but I think that runs better that way. So before we run the tournament as well, we've got a couple of things to do. So first things first, we're going to buy some modules, see if we can be as lucky as last time. Definitely not lucky. Jesus Christ. How bad is that? 2 rares. But to be fair, right, I have been fairly lucky lately, but not with what I want. So I got project funding, magnetic hook, and I got black hole digester. And you can't see the last one before that, but that was project funding. I've had a lot of project funding lately, but what we're at, so we're getting close to being able to get another one. So can't really complain. We'll draw one more module because you never know. Could be a common. Still doing alright. In fact, we'll just quickly merge. I realised I was messing up with my mergers as well, because I was just like, merge everything, give me more space, but I don't want to merge these past rare because you can't break down rares. Like plus, rare plus, call it rare plus. Epic plus. Please use a keyframe frequency for 4 seconds or less. Currently keyframes are... Oh god, am I having bad connection? Let me know. Being set often enough, which can cause buffering. Currently using frequency is... Right, okay. So I'm just having some teething issues with my stream for some reason. I've never had these issues before. It's now just saying do this, do that, do this. I can't change my keyframe intervals while streaming, so I'll just have to leave that. And just hope it doesn't have too many issues. So yeah, so on this one, we're just buying some cards. So see if we can get some luck with that. Almost. And no, so no luck, but we got the cards thing. Another thing that I do need to go over. Oh god, crash if you want. Another thing that I want to quickly go over is, hang on, Alexis. I began at November the 25th, so fairly new, and at the moment I stay tier 11 wave. That's pretty quick progress. Tier 11 wave 81. I tried to upgrade my tower. Sorry if my English is perfect. I'm French. Good luck. No problem. I understood what you're talking about. But yeah, it does get quite difficult at like tier 11, tier 12. I've been sat there for a while on these ones. I mean, I'm tier 11, wave 61 at the moment on my baby health tower. I'm going to spend a little bit. I'll spend it here, and then I'll do that as well. I like to try and keep a 200 million buffer on this account. Still haven't got game speed 7, honestly. It's taking forever. I've got black hole damage, I've got garlic thorns about to go. Auto pick ranking level 1's about to come through. It's doing pretty well generally, the baby tower. Right, so for anybody who wants to join me, I am about to enter my champion like right now, so join in if you want. See if you get into the same bracket. And then I'll do my gold and then my silver, in case you haven't already gone in. But before I click in, I'm just going to go Thorn Resistance, so that's going to be a bit of a struggle. Ultimate Weapon Duration, no problem. Death Defy down, and Enemy Level Skip. Okay. Not so bad. So let's go. This is going to be a long tournament regardless. And then let's start clicking. Get rid of this now. And then we will go into gold one, like we said, and start it now. I'm having a little bit of a delay just so that people have a chance, because obviously I know there's a delay on the stream. So I'm saying now and then clicking a little bit after. Oops, that was not meant to be. Oh well. And then silver. Starting it now. Apparently it says you guys are going to experience buffering. Let me know if that is the case and I'll see what I can do. I seem to not be able to win with the streaming. I'll increase the... Oh, the bitrate didn't decrease. Okay, so I can't decrease my bitrate. It says it's not receiving enough. I don't know. Maybe I'm editing things and I shouldn't be. It looks smooth enough looking at what I've got on here. I do not use Devo build, Alexis. I don't play the game enough. Like, I'm not active enough to do it. So, like, I work 10 hours a day. So a lot of the time that I'm playing, I just kind of set it and forget it. So I don't have time to Orb Devo. I am kind of looking at potentially going into an AFK Devo on my main account at this point, but I just have a few things I upgrade and I'm done. My baby health tower is not even at the point where it could even Devo. My glass cannon tower could be at the point where it devos, but I don't see the point of it devoing with it just having glass cannon general stuff. So I'm like, my baby tower is basically not following meta completely, but my main tower, I don't like having the micromanagement of it, so I just get it to the point where I can set it and forget it. I'm trying as well, so bit of a segue, but I'm trying as well to basically get my wall rebuild down to the point where it comes back up quick enough to get the buff from second wind, without having to worry about dying in between. Hey Marvin, started November 25th as well. I feel stuck. I'm currently saving for 5th lab slot, but I have 306 million coins. I felt saving for enemy level skips, I'm going to assume is what you mean. Yeah, ELS, perfect. Was a smart choice. I'm stuck at tier 11, wave 61. So the same place as my baby account, like my smallest baby account, my baby EHP. This started November the 6th, so you've made more progress than this account. Now, one thing that I would say is ELS is an amazing choice. It's going to make you a lot of progress. It is difficult to save up to. Be careful of saving for something that is out of your like a week's gains for you. So like if it takes you longer than a week to get 1 billion, it's probably not worth it, because you could invest those coins in something else and make progress quicker. Now, one thing that I would also say is saving for the 5th lab slot is important if you're planning to play this a long run. My baby EHP is not going to bother getting the 5th lab just because it's going to stop running once it gets to where I started recording videos for my main tower, so I can go down to having 2 towers again, because 3 towers is a little bit too much micromanagement for me. That said, I would say definitely go for 5th lab if you're planning on playing this game for any, like, if you don't have a plan to stop playing anytime soon, definitely save up for that 5th lab. I need to save up for the 5th lab on my glass cannon at this point, but I was trying to get some cards that just weren't dropping, so it took a long time. But now I need to get the cards for the, not for this, I need to get cards to finish this, and then I can start saving up again. No, I've got my 2 buy-ins there, so I'm just saving up for Icicle. I'm gonna grab the Tournament here, see if it gets me closer to anything. Got all my reroll dice. 250. I want to save up for this, get the health increase. Oh, one thing that I forgot to mention is I did respec. I was told not to, but I ignored it. So my golden bot's unlocked, but it's not really leveled up. But my flame bot is at like max range, max cooldown, and 56% reduction. So I have lost like 50% of my coin income. I did not expect it to be that harsh. But I'm gonna just basically work on increasing my golden bot again. This should make it so that I get through into higher tournaments, no problem. But it's just a case of seeing how it goes. At the end of the day, it's all I can do. And I thought of dumping into health, but that's only takes me from 415 to 495 out of 6,000. I currently have 2,387 gems, so I'm almost there. Yeah, once you get the gems to unlock your 5th lab slot and you can spend your gems on cards again, that is also going to help you increase. One thing to bear in mind about like health is I'm at like 370. Obviously I've got a few free ones here, but yes, it's like out of 6,000, but it's going to take you a long time to get to that 6,000. Getting 80 levels in that, especially low end, is actually going to help you out quite a bit, like more than you'd expect. I would say, especially early game, it is worth getting those small increases daily to build up. Yes, ELS is going to be a massive boost for you, don't get me wrong. It is going to give you extra waves and extra income, but saving up and not getting upgrades until you unlock it is not worth it. One thing you will notice is if you keep going through like if you keep doing small upgrades, your income will increase much faster and you'll be able to unlock. Make sure you've got labs as well doing econ. It's always important to have econ labs on. I shouldn't have been clicking there. I want to try and push up my max recovery because this build currently basically survives off max recovery. I hate having that 1 there, but if I collect it, it's just going to ask me to do my tournament again, and it's just going to be annoying. I'm half tempted to set these off now because I know they'll be recharged for later. But I don't want to keep getting into the habit of using them and then not being there when I actually need them. I'm going to be very surprised if I don't make it into Legends this time, though. I'm going to increase the quality on these two because they're a little bit blurry. Mainly this one that gets blurry because there's so many effects going on, right? And also, you don't have to put it all in health as well, right? So, like I was just saying with my baby HP tower, so because it has so much crowd control, especially on lower waves before the enemy spawn rate increases, it actually so like only takes damage from bosses. So having this max recovery increased, yes, it's an expensive one. Gives you more health. You've also got like health regen that you can pump into, and defense absolute. Defense absolute is not pointless, especially for milestone runs. Also, natural progression of Blender. That's fine. Yeah, so obviously you've got health in that. Like, I know a lot of the guides, like Primo's guide and things like that, say like health is like king for doing your Blender build, but try a few other things out, see how they'll help you. The thing is as well that you want to consider about, like I said, about 80 levels is quite a lot at low, because you've got to think about it, right? That's like 20% of the levels in there, because you've only got 400. So that's like a 20% buff to your health, and you're going to see the increase from that. I would say, especially low, like beginning of the game, go for those little small increases, rather than just saving up for big increases. I'm going to close these down, but it doesn't at least have the 1. It still has a red circle. Right, we're at... That's fine. I need to be able to get my wall health up to like 300 trillion, and that's going to take a while. I am considering... But I've got, like, currently a lot of things in... I want to complete Shatter Shards, but I am tempted to take Shatter Shards out for now and put in another health increase. But I'm not entirely sure whether it's worth it, because Shatter Shards is such a long lab. I don't want to take Wall Rebuild out, because at the moment I still need Wall Rebuild. Your Coin Kill lab is at level 19. Your cash bonus is only level 10. Ignore cash bonus, in my opinion. Cash bonus is kind of pointless once you get up to the higher waves. Like, if you're pretty much where I'm at, I'm assuming you've done your tier... Hang on, not that. You've done your tier 1, right? Milestone. All right, I just need to pop and grab a parcel. Right, I'm back. Apologies about that. Yeah, so what I was saying is, I'm assuming you've done your tier 1 4,500 waves with being EHB, and you'll be about similar progress as me. If not, definitely look at increasing your health in that. Yeah, I got tier 1 to 5,100. So tier 2 I can only reach 1,700, which is weird to me. Yeah, so I'm out of breath running up and downstairs, Jesus. That is mostly because of the way Defense Absolute works, because as you can see on mine, it's a pretty much similar scenario. So on tier 1, Defense Absolute gives you so much of a buff because of the way this enemy attack scaling works. Then tier 2 onwards, Defense Absolute is not as powerful. So there's a big drop off. Unless you're Glass Cannon. Glass Cannon doesn't have as big of a drop off. As you can see, it's like 1,000 wave difference and then 100 wave difference, and they probably could close that gap if I did another tier 2 run, right? So there's really not as much difference in Glass Cannon, but as you can see, my Glass Cannon is on tier 12, but it still cannot do the tier 1 4,500 waves, and that's because the scaling of health on tier 1 is worse than the scaling of damage. Like, it's a steeper scale compared to their damage on tier 1. So it's just the way that it works. The damage scaling gets more severe the further you go, like the higher tiers you go. So you will get the tier 2 one, but it'll take a while. It's also down to your perks as well. If you get the right perks, can increase your run. And the wrong perks can shorten your run. It's just something that you need to be aware of, really. Again, as I said, like, this game, well, I haven't said, but actually this game's more of a marathon than a sprint. But you do need to keep in mind sometimes getting those little sprint gains is going to make a difference. Like, even just getting an extra 10 waves on the highest tier you've been on, like, can make a difference in the long run. Increasing your farming income by like 10% is again another great one. So like, there you go, that's a good example. So like, between 2 runs, having, I mean, obviously you can see it varies constantly, but like going from 800 to 900,000 per hour, that's a big gain if it was constant, and that would be great. Again, this is just down to perks, that's completely different. As you can see, if I run like a tier 4, it's just much better. Tier 11 is like the best, but it's only 60 waves, so you have to be fairly active. But you also just don't get that sell income. At least with tier 2, I'm getting some cells. If we go tier 1, you get loads of cells. I don't think I do. So I get like 126 for a tier 1 run. These are just left AFK, and I'm not upgrading things. So like, you can see, you can get some cells that way at least. I don't think I have my milestone. That's the best one that I did. So it's like, basically at the moment I've got to choose between cells income or coins income, which is quite a difficult one to do. So 128 waves is the best that I've done so far, so I think I may do a bit better this time. But yeah, so it is just a case of getting the small gains right now, and then it does become longer per game the longer, like, the further in the game you get. Having those 5 labs is going to be amazing for you, because you can have some of those longer labs sat in one of your slots and still have other labs go in for increasing your like progression in the short term. Like, for me, on my old main, like I say old, my main account, it is a case of I've got short-term gain. Short-term gain, it's a bit of an annoying one. It's a short-term gain, but it will help long-term permanently. Second wind mastery, again short-ish, and then I've got 2 long-term. So this one's like only got 1 more level after this, but it's 80 days for this level. This has got a kind of a short one. It's like 8, 9, maybe 10 days for this level, but it's at 5 times, so it's only really 2 days. But then I've still got another 23 levels to go, because obviously this level is 77, so it counts as a level. 22 levels after this, so this is going to be in for a long term, and that's just so that I don't spend as many coins in my lab, since you can't get coins back that you spent in the lab. So ideally this kind of wants to be completed before I do all my masteries, but what can you do? If you have it, you have it. If you don't, you don't. The main thing is I'm doing it now. So yeah, it looks like I'm going to end up dying. I'm getting chip damage now. Yeah, there's just too many enemies. There we go. 125, so I've got an extra like 2 levels on this one. Since we are here though, I am going to prioritize the short-term gains over the long term. Anyway, I should get back into the run, because it's going to be a very long tournament run on my main tower. The cells, I have 3 Econ ultimate weapons as my first 3, but I haven't invested them yet. So with you saying about you having the 3 Econs, that's great, but are they synced? So they all go off at the same time. either a 2-to-1 sync or a 1-1-1 sync. So when I say 2-to-1, I mean Black Hole goes off twice, but the second one's always in sync with your Death Wave and your Golden Tower. Because investing in your econ early on is honestly a godsend. I didn't do it on my main tower, and I do regret it. You don't have many stones at all. That's fine. Just focus on, if you've got them, don't worry about ultimate weapons anymore for now. Invest in getting them synced naturally or with Multiverse Nexus. Just get them synced. It's going to increase your econ so much. It's where probably all three of my towers, well, this tower wasn't struggling, but all three of my towers need that. Like, getting that natural sync was amazing, but they all need that econ buff. So you're in actually a great place to get an econ buff. This is bugging the hell out of me. There we go. I'm going to slowly change them all over to this style. This is basically a different Cloudphone to these two. The next one to move over will be this one. I think it's got like 5 days left on this Cloudphone until it expires. And then I'll just move it over onto this Cloudphone. I don't want to name them because it's unfair to compare them against each other, in my opinion. Right, so I forgot that I'm currently doing a higher tier, so I just need to pay attention. MVD, the D is nowhere near the M. Multiverse Nexus to Legendary. That's a great progress I'll get in the MVN to Legendary. Now see, since I'm saving for 5th lab, I haven't been buying mods, but even then I thought of trying to get some of those rare cards before then. Yes, so I just said Multiverse Nexus if you have it. The only reason that I said that is because you are guaranteed 1 epic when you unlock modules, so you could have got it as a lucky draw, right? If you don't have it, that's completely fine. Do not click into modules right now. What I advise, it'll be best to show on this one. This one is a little bit overleveled, but fine. So with your gems, so get that 5th lab slot, then buy cards until you've got basically all your commons level 6, so 5 stars but gold, and then look into investing into your modules. You look, this has legendary modules because it's at that point. If we go over here to this one and go into the wrong thing because I'm brain dead. No, I'm not brain dead. Anyway, this one only has epics because it's not at that point. In fact, I can level it up, so I should do that and then do an extra run if I can get what I need. Right, so I'm going to try and push this up. So after this run, I'll redo that. You got Dimcore. Dimcore is not a bad one to get. I mean, you won't be going into Glass Cannon for a while, but having that there ready is good. Not even sure what I got on. I wish I got Dimcore on my Glass Cannon, honestly. So, yeah, I got Shrink Ray on this one. And then I pulled Singularity Harness after. On my Glass Cannon, I think it was Harmony that I got for it originally. I've been trying to get a Dimcore on this account for ages. Like, I spent well over, like, I'd say 6,000 gems when I shouldn't have been, just trying to get that Dimcore. And it's not been fun. But it's at the point where it can actually go for the Dimcore, but I should really save up and get the 5th lab first. But yeah, where you're at the moment, having to choose between cells and coins, it is a very difficult point. Like, early game, cells are an amazing currency to have, but trading off against coins is questionable because there's a lot of increases that you can get from coins right at the early game. Hello Noah, how are you doing? Double checking that I've read. Should I merge rare ones even though they don't have a unique effect? To start off with, yes. So the basic, it's going to be hard to show it actually. Oh, no, it's not. Perfect. So this at Epic Plus is 1.102, and this at Epic is 1.072. So you get more of a buff for it being at Plus. Don't merge too many of them. But basically, I don't have. In fact, I might have the ability to show it on my other tower. So actually, I just realised I could have shown it there. So if you go into information, this one. So if you look here, to get your unique up to legendary, you need 2 Epic Plus of any type. So that means having non-unique at Epic Plus, they can become fodder to increase your unique when you get it up to legendary. Just bear in mind you only need 2 of the non-unique, but technically you do need for these ones later on where it's a non-specific for an increase. That would technically be a non-unique, or 3, sorry. It would be 3 non-unique ones, arguably 4 because you'd do this one as well. You'd have non-unique, 2 other non-uniques, not the same, and then you'd need to use one of the same non-unique you just upgraded to legendary to get to legendary plus as a non-unique to use that in your unique. So you do use quite a few of them, but don't feel like it's a waste to do that because it will give you increases in the short term, but also long term it can be used as fodder, basically. I haven't actually had a look, so I'm just going to have a quick look. Right, so. Oh my good God. I am not getting first. Second. Third, okay. Might still get third. Yeah, third. Third. I think I'm looking good for third. Yeah, I'm looking good for getting third. I'm just going a bit slower than everyone else. I can definitely tell the difference of not having enemy balance on, because usually I have it on, and I'd be on. Well, actually, I don't know if it is making a difference in cash. I was thinking it is making a difference in cash, but actually, I don't think it really is, which is not so bad. But there's definitely less enemies. The main reason that I took it off was to get less fast, in theory, for tier 19. I forgot to put it back on, but fine. You see, one thing. So this Thorn's resistance is going to end my run earlier than I probably could have got. But I'm actually feeling fairly confident with it, right? So, in theory, because I've got the extra damage reduction, I'll still get like 1,700 waves, potentially. We'll just have to see how it goes, because obviously it's going to be quite difficult. I mean, right now, we're only at 250 waves, and I've got perma. I say perma. My death wave is not running out. It's only at 3.38 times, though. I wish there was a way to increase the percentage gained. I mean, that's another reason to have enemy balance in as well, right? It increases my health quicker. I should really remember about that. More enemies means more death wave kills, means higher health. I'm thinking I'm actually going to change this out right now because it makes sense. So my wall rebuild, yes, it is important, but right now I feel like what would suit better. I need to do a respec actually, but I don't want to waste the wall invincibility would be helpful. There we go, a new milestone here. So extra stones, awesome. I'm just kind of saving my stones up right now until I make my video later on. What I was thinking is it not here? No, it's up to the top. Wall regen will be nice, but that's very long. Wall thorns again would be nice, but very long. What I'm going to look into is doing my wall fortification instead, because right now my wall cannot survive a hit. I think having these two in right now is probably more beneficial than having the wall rebuild a bit faster. Nine levels left there. I'm not even going to try and pronounce your name. Is 3 black holes better than 2 black holes? I have PC, but oh my god, what happened there? My whole game, my stream went a bit weird. I'll need to fix that for next stream. Apologies for stream quality. I don't know what to say. I thought it was running smooth, but clearly not. So, is 3 black holes better than 2? I was going to say something, and then the more I thought about it, I stopped. I was like, when is having more of something worse? And then I realized there's many things. If you have more of them, it is definitely worse. But no, so 3 black holes is better than 2. You get better coverage. The enemies aren't grouped up as much. They're separated into like 3 clusters rather than 2 bigger clusters, so there's less likelihood of getting like them stuck against the protector, for example. The big main buff is if you are playing EHP. I mean, obviously, it depends on the level, right? But if you're playing EHP, it doesn't just give you an extra black hole, it decreases the damage that enemies deal to you inside the black hole. Now, that's not just enemies that get sucked in, that's enemies that ignore the crowd control. So as long as they're in this area, if it's an elite that sits at the edge, if it's an elite that comes and hits your tower, if it's a boss, they're doing reduced damage, full stop. That means you're going to survive for longer because you're taking less damage. So, yes, basically is the answer. 3 is better than 2. Just, you've got to consider what you're losing to get that 3, right? If you're damage build and you remove it for like a dim core for it, you're going to be doing less damage, right? If you remove, I need to look at them so that I can think what other ones there are. Cores. If you remove Multiverse Nexus and you lose your natural sync, oh, you don't have a natural sync, sorry, you lose the sync, you're going to lose Econ. Is it worth losing Econ for having more tankiness? The biggest thing about it as well is obviously the perma black hole is such a massive buff when you've got the damage decrease. You need to make sure your black holes give full coverage as well as that for the buff to be taking like the best effect that it can. As you can see, I've got it so my orbs go directly through the center and I don't use extra orbs at all. So it is just a case of finding what suits you best and messing around with it. But yes, 3 is better than 2 for black holes, 100%. Now, I'll go back to getting this leveled up. So shockwave frequency, not important. I actually want the thorns. So reroll effects. We're going to lock out defense and we're going to go thorn damage. I don't think there's health regen could be useful, but the way that I'm using right now, it's not really. But I guess it will become useful. So whichever one we get first, healthy regen or thorn damage is what we'll use. And we'll just auto reroll. Health regen. I guess we're using health regen. I was just thinking, keep this for now, and I may re-roll it. Just what killed me there? Was it the boss, or did my crowd control fail? Just I know here my crowd control failed. I got killed by a basic. Here it was the boss. My crowd control hadn't failed yet. So I will actually... I've got a plan. So I will take health regen off. Pretty sure you only get epic. Yeah, I didn't get that. Oh well. But that's the beauty of this, right? I can just go previous and keep my health regen. Just basically, if I can get that 1%, because unfortunately this is a free-to-play account, so clicking on the right thing helps. So I'm not going to get this extra 1% thorns that I need. But yeah, so if I can get the extra 1% thorns, it gets me up to 100% damage. I kill bosses in 2 hits. If I can kill bosses in 2 hits, it means I can free up a card slot because I wouldn't need plasma cannon for the bosses. I could put in like intro sprint or landmine stun, give me extra crowd control, or I could put something in like second wind so that if I am going to die, I get an extra hit, right? Or I can put death ray in for more enemy clearance. But it just gives me an extra slot for trying out other cards. Going into a bit more of a blender. I probably could have got a little bit further if I clicked a bit more, but these 2 baby towers basically aren't going to be getting as far generally. Also, we'll try and do... I'll just make sure that these are leveled up, because they are not. Get that extra little bit of an increase. What do I need to make this into? I literally just looked at the information for it, and I forgot. So I just need the same... epic. So I need another Being Annihilator epic to get this up to... epic plus even, sorry. But ideally I need something other than that. I've got amplifying... Oh no, yeah. I've got amplifying. Why is... Oh, right. No, wait. Oh, wait. So because they're saved and that's not? If I save this, it'll go higher than everything else, right? Go out and back in? Yeah, okay. These are the ones that I've got saved. 101 for a better... That's all chain. Deathify Shockwave. I don't think there's any... I was just thinking about re-rolling over here as well. I don't think there's any... Deathify Shockwave size, Shockwave frequency. I guess would re-roll to get size. There we go. That's our epic. I'm happy to have epic. New. It's better than having health regen, right? I need 200 more stones to maybe be permanent black hole. Lol. Awesome. It's good that you get in there. It's definitely a nice increase. I'm trying to get perma poison swamp on this one. I'm still 30 seconds off, so that'll be a great increase as well. So I'm going to run another tier 11 here and another tier 12 here. We like multitasking, right? Can't believe it's already been 49 minutes and I'm only at wave 342. I got 2 wave skips as I was about to say that, so that was good timing. We did do a few things and I had a few errors before the start of the stream, right? I do need to actually, that's a point. My music stopped ages ago. I didn't even realize. Apologies. What I was gonna say is I need to quickly go channel content. My live streams, I need to remove the 2 failed live streams. One of them didn't stay as a failed. So what I'll do is just... Oh wait, hang on. No, yeah, there is 2 failed ones. Wait, 3 failed. Wait, what? No, 2 failed ones. delete forever. Hope I'm not causing any issues by deleting these, but I'm pretty sure these were just like some like teething issues. Delete forever. But I deleted the wrong one forever there. Almost. That would have been a panic. Right, there we go. So that should be all sorted. And then I will go back into here, and then that should be fine. But yeah, permanent black hole is a great increase to get. I know a lot of the other tower streamers stream their tournaments like alongside someone else. I would love to do that, but with being in the UK and most of the tower streamers being like either America or over in like Asia area, the time zones make it so difficult for me to stream alongside someone else. But I'd love to do it if there was the ability, like choice. Is coin kill even though it's already level 19? Level 19 is a low level. Coins per kill goes up to 99. Now, with you saying you have all 3 Econ ultimate weapons, there may be better choices for you. So, they're not synced at the moment though. I'm just going to unhide so I can find everything that I need. We have our... Where is it? The coins per kill. Mine's at level 73. Still need to push it up. It's a nice one. Then you have ultimate weapons. So Golden Tower bonus is going to be a nice increase. People say that it's not that good, but actually it can be quite helpful. You've got Golden Tower duration. That's probably going to be better than bonus. You also have Deathwave coin bonus. It's going to be a nice increase. You also have the Black Hole coin bonus is another good one to push into. Then you have Spotlight coin bonus, but if you don't have Spotlight, obviously you won't be able to do that one. But basically, I mean, the Black Hole coin bonus is a really nice one to increase. It gets up to 11%, so I'd say look at doing that one first, because that's the biggest multiplier that you can get from these ultimate weapon labs. So I definitely think that is better, especially if you haven't got any levels into it. It's really quick at the lower levels. So yes, definitely look into pushing Econ labs up. Like, just put one of your labs as an Econ lab. You don't have to do all of them. Just one will be good enough for now. And you will see the gains from it fairly quickly. Get to buy everything on this. Have to flick between pages and stuff, right? My main tower is basically just going to forget right now. Like, I'll just leave that going, and I'll do everything else around it. I went to the wrong page. Max that out, and then we just need to do damage. I didn't look to see, actually. I need to pay attention when the bosses come, how easily or difficult I'm killing them. Just obviously, I need to get extra. Oh, actually, let's have a quick look. So many labs. God. Feel my death wave hits like only one enemy in this space. So yeah, with your death wave, you've got to pay attention. So getting extra death waves. So there's 2 different versions of the death wave. So you've got your status effect, and then you've got your death wave damage. So you've probably got 1 wave on it at the moment. Where's death wave? There it is. So quantity, I've got 6, right? But it spawns 6 effect waves, and then it unleashes a death wave. So anything that is hit by your effect wave gets that coin bonus. Then the death wave does the damage that would give you extra. There's also a cell one there as well, by the way, but in the labs. But it's a case of anything it kills or effect waves Oh yeah, it's both. So if it kills something, actually it does say if it hits. It doesn't say if it kills. So both your effect wave, which hits everything on screen, and your death wave, which will only hit things until it's done all of its damage, increase the coins. So having one wave means if it goes off at the same time as your golden tower, everything that's on your screen when your golden tower goes off has an increase in coin drop. The more effect waves you get, the more they're gonna more that's gonna be hit by it. So as you can see, the screen's obviously being cleared almost every effect wave that I have here from what you can see. So everything in between each wave got the increase. So yes, your death wave, right now, my death wave damage wave is disappearing straight away, and that's fine because the effect waves are still hitting everything. So you don't need to increase your range. There's no so the effect wave, as you can see, goes off the edge of the screen, hits everything on the screen. The death damage goes to the edge of your range regardless. So it is just a case of increase your coins. There's no real range on your death wave. It just effect waves hit whole screen. Death damage one stops there. So definitely worth getting the coin increase for that, because it does give you extra coins. Just be aware, as I said, black hole increase is a higher increase, so it'll probably do you better. But stone wise, for now, try and get all three of your econ ultimate weapons synced time wise, and then you can look in investing buffing them up a bit. So it's just a case of focus on your econs for now. You will thank me in the long run. There's a massive difference. Almost died there because I wasn't paying attention. What was I doing here? Going to cards. $39 billion. Yeah, nowhere near doing that yet. I think my lifetime coins isn't up to 39 billion. No. Oh well. I almost dropped a nuke there. Right. Checking a few things here and there. Right, am I going to survive wave 70 this time? Just going to push up my L3 gen a little bit. Just in case I start getting hit by random enemies. There we go. We're fine now anyway. Don't want to do damage. We just I'm just debating, right? Will I be able to push up enough in 10 waves? I missed the enemy at level 50 again, but it hit me. It used my energy shield, so still not gonna do a good enough job here on my glass cannon tower to get through tier 12. But what can you do? Right, let's see how close to death it is, though. That's the main thing. Ooh, nice. Okay. So actually still doing fairly well. It depends on, it's a bit luck based, put it simply. They're pulling back. I'm just looking at a different game that I play on my phone. Clan. Ooh. That was a bit of a weird background noise. Right, so managed to get to 80 here. That's given me a nice amount of gems. And then I'm going to buy cards with this. Am I? Yeah, I'm going to buy cards. Still need to buy cards. 7, 4, 10, 11, 5, 5. I only pay attention to this number. If it says 0, awesome. If it doesn't, don't really care. There we go. No actual upgrades, but closer to my next upgrade, right? I have a lot of... But these are synced right now. You know what? Usually I don't take a peek before I make a video on it, but as we are streaming, I'm going to have a quick peek. Nothing at all for a defense build. I guess in the landmines. Should I? I'm tempted just to upgrade my econ stuff since I do need more range on this right now. Like, yeah, what I'm gonna do. Is it worth it? No. Am I doing it? Yes. Gonna increase. I've got to be careful with this. So size still needs to go up. Oh, that actually works perfectly. 150 exactly. Just so for the video I can still look at it and say why I'm not picking it. But made some nice upgrades there. That should help me a bit. Still not at the point where I can get a second black hole on that account, but it's moving in the right direction. I remember the very start when I started playing, I respec'd and started researching the extra black hole lab. I mean, it can be worth doing a respec to get that lab going, because extra black hole is such a big buff. Like, it literally doubles the econ that you get from that, right? But I don't even think if I respec. Hang on, stats. 1.6 billion. Quite a bit of that's being spent into the labs. Would I? I'm just curious now. Would I be able to? I need to put a bit more into them, but black hole coin. I might put into black hole coin bonus. Black hole. There somewhere. Have I saved it for when I can do it, or am I just not seeing it? I honestly hate these labs sometimes. It'll be quicker to. Have I not unlocked second black hole lab? Either it's saved in my favorites or I haven't unlocked it. I haven't unlocked it yet, so respecking would be pointless. But yeah, second black hole is a great thing to have. Also, that's something else as well. Definitely a great thing to push into. Black hole damage, it only goes up to level 10, but it maxes out at 2% damage. So once you get 50 seconds black hole duration, that means when an enemy goes into your black hole, it dies in your black hole unless it's a protector. Or in a protector bubble. Definitely one that's worth doing. I think I had like 30 billion lifetime coins when I did that, lol. Yeah, that's fair. I was just curious. Right, so the cards didn't give me a buff, so doing that's pointless. I am... Oh no, I need 150. I was thinking I am at the point where I could get that. I might try, see if I can get 150 on this tier. But yeah, the health regen does nothing for me right now. It's quite low. 14.91 billion. Oof, it's expensive. Worth getting, but it's 14.91 billion. Did I just death? I was not paying attention. What did I do to get that big of a buff? I still have my energy shield. Have I just been death-defying tons? I don't even know where Death Defy is in this long list. I'll just wait until I die and see. But tier 13 is now unlocked on my glass cannon. Jesus Christ. Don't think it's getting picked up. It'll probably get picked up whilst I'm talking. I just realised, basically, I'm playing with my polyhedral dice in my hand, or some of them. I was playing some... it says in combat. So I've only done twice. How have I just suddenly done that amazing of a jump? I guess it's glass cannon. It all depends on chain lightning hitting correctly and smite hitting correctly and XYZ. Because that's the thing, like, there's no chain lightning happening there. Oh my god, another Death Defy. So it says in combat. Death Defy, yeah, 3. So I actually just had a massive increase there. Yeah, so if you can hear any like clattering when I'm speaking or anything like that, I'm just playing with my polyhedral dice. But what I was saying is, basically, I was trying out a theory, and it's so funny, right? So I used, because I'm basically trying to get into D&D. I have like a 2nd edition rule book on there. Dungeon Master's Guide anyway, so I do want to be a DM, but I was just curious because a lot of the videos I watch online about becoming a DM and that I feel like aren't giving me enough information. So I had an idea, and it's absolutely funny. I used AI and told it to DM a solo dungeon for me. I figured it would be better than what people say on Reddit and that, because a lot of the like questions about having a DM, AI DM, like a year ago on that, and I was like, AI has improved. It's not improved. Right, so 1, it does not understand difficulty scaling. Every single combat I had with a level 1 rogue, I was getting one shot, which is absolutely hilarious. But then also at the beginning, it'll be like, your mentor Rex has been kidnapped by the Syndicate, and you've got to go save him. And basically, they found a artifact that he's been looking for forever. He's been obsessed with. And start off with, it's great. You go through your dungeon, and then it completely forgets that you're trying to save Rex. You just after a relic, which is a different relic to the relic that it said that they've found, and then like. So your mentor just disappears into the ether, apparently, and you've just find a different item rather than what you were after. And then you go back to your handlers. So I guess technically Rex, but he was kidnapped. It just, AI does not understand continuation. But it's understandable because the way AI works, but also not understandable. Just read what's been said before, because that's literally what it does. But hey. But yeah, so I've just been kind of messing around with that idea. One thing that I was thinking, if my channel does continue to grow healthily, is like I could literally do like D&D streams or like D&D sessions as a DM for my subscribers. So like you could actually do one-shot dungeons with me and stuff like that if it's something that you're into. Just an idea for the future. But that's if my community grows and everything, because I think that would be an awesome thing to be able to do. Because I know a lot of people, like groups, struggle to find a good DM. I'm not saying I'm a good DM. As I said, I've not really got into being a DM. But it's definitely something that I'm interested in learning. Anyway, enough about a completely different game. Back to... I almost said Black Desert. Oh shit, speaking of Black Desert, is it still... No, I haven't. I forgot to turn my PC off last night. I was thinking I need to sell my fish. Nothing important to you guys. Anyway, so just gonna save up the gems. Oh my god, it got to 141, so close to 150. So Death Defied 4 times, So really can't complain there. So if we'd got 150, we'd have got extra stones. Right, so we've got... I'll just collect everything, right? Makes sense. I won't run tier 13 because I can make a video about that, so that's awesome. That also gave you 160, bloody hell. Oh, this one's on pulling modules now. Awesome. So, let's see. I'll just skip. You know, I haven't pulled modules for months, it feels like, on this one, and just got nothing. Got absolutely nothing. I'll increase my econ a little bit. Enemy health skips, coins per kill. Is there anything else that would be good to have in here? I guess better free attack upgrade is all we really care about. And we don't want to stop it on everyone, just on legendary. I guess we're not getting that. There's no way that's coming up in the next 8,000. It's worth a try. Bit of a waste, but it was worth a try. I could have done epic actually as well. Oh well. Previous. So, one thing that is also going to be a nice help is I can now click here, and now 25-second downtime on our poison. I just realised you couldn't see. 25-second on my poison swap now. So, question is, see, this is something I always question, right? When I get something like that, do I go back and see if I can unlock some other things from lower tiers? Right, what I'm going to do is, so this is 140, 610, 1100, 1300. So this one is worth doing a run and get me an extra 30 stones, so it's definitely worth it. I am also tempted to see if I can get a higher run on this then, if I can do that, but it's hit and miss with my damage build is the biggest thing. Should I try another gold run? Because it's free. Yeah, I'll try another gold run, why not? And we'll just see how it goes. Also gives me extra event mission medals. Oh, I just realised something. My voice went weird, but I realised that Fetch is back. Which is great for these two towers. That's what I need. My baby towers are going to get some nice buffs. Ooh. Right, there we go. Then always do bounce shot. We want to make it so it's upgrading the super crit by itself as soon as we can, because super crit is expensive. Wait, what? 117,000. Oh, but that's only 16,000 at least. But still, these are much cheaper than 16,000. Right, I'm going to start increasing because the other increases are just not going to happen. Tempted just to pump into health because that doesn't go up as quick as needs be. Then every click into that is going to reduce the amount of damage I take, so it really is 6 and 2 3s. I almost said a different thing that I like to say, but I refrained. It is 6 and 2 3s. Is super crit worth for blender? I don't have that wall or ELS. Right, so for blender, super crit is completely pointless. For the wall, it is pointless until you can afford to econ it. You can't. You're not at the point where your econ's high enough for wall, so don't bother unlocking the wall. Enemy level skips is amazing for blender, but not worth it. So, super crit is a case of that's extra damage. You do not need extra damage in blender. The only reason that I have it is because this one on the left is my glass cannon. So I know you can't see what I'm talking about in the scrolls there. I mean, there's nowhere I can move my face to make it like work. Why? I've just realised. I'm sorry. There's like a massive artifact there. Oh, right. I know exactly what the artifact is. There you go. The sun. The sun was blinding. Yeah, there's nowhere I can put my face and show off all 3 towers. But in the future, it will only be 2 towers, but it's not going to happen for a while. Then it'll be a tale of 2 towers, and then we've got to be a bit careful there because of copyright. I dropped the tier down on this, didn't I? Yeah. I'm just thinking I'm doing quite well, but then I'm tier 10, not tier 11. You're a good... I understand why you'd go want for glass. Yeah. Yeah, it's just basically super crit. Not important for Blender because you don't need damage. But the only tower I have running Blender is my main one. Well, these 2 technically are Blender now. It's a lie saying it's just the one. I was thinking, what am I doing on my... This is the problem having 3 towers, right? You get confused at moments. That wasn't scrolling. Thank you. I need 200, don't I, for the damage increase? Yeah. So, basically, I was just like, what am I doing on my glass cannon right now? And then looked, I'm doing it. So I was just looking at, basically, before I decided to try another run for this, I was thinking of doing a milestone runs, a few milestone runs even. I actually ran that to 12 to look at the coin income. Tier 11 has clearly got better coin income, but it's hit and miss. My tier 10 is static coin income, and it gets cells as well. Tier 10 is where this one needs to be farming. But this is one of the biggest things like that is really good for me to show off, right? So tier 11, I get like 311 waves, 581 waves. Tier 10, it's 1,170, 1,010, 1,050, 1,020. Like, it fluctuates so much. And then there's my tier 1 run from yesterday. Just to prove that I can't do tier 1 still. So, whereas if we have a look history on here, tier 2, 860, 904. There's an 804. I was going to say it doesn't fluctuate as much, but I guess the main fluctuations here are the different perks that I get. Whereas there's major fluctuations. Like, there's 200 waves worth of fluctuations. This was like 100 waves difference. And you had to look through a couple of them to get that difference, right? 10 minutes and we'll be able to draw a few more modules because it's 10 minutes per gems. So we'll be able to do another module pull this stream. Unfortunately, I won't be able to do it on my main tower. It'll just be on my glass cannon. But hopefully we can pull a DC and that'll make a big difference for this tower. I still can't believe as well, right? So that happened at the same time. My last of my level 6 cards for my common cards and my first Berserker card. Like, look, 1 out of 3. My first Berserker card happened at that point. That is just like terrible RNG luck, but what can you do? Oops. So this is trying to push for 150, I believe. We're trying to beat 300-ish waves on tier 5 plus on this one. And then on my main one, we're just going for... I want to try and hit 1,700. But that is a lofty goal considering the downsides of this. But then I've got extra buffs, so we'll see. 1,700 is the goal. Whether I hit that goal is a different matter. We've got people at 800. I'm currently sat at 12th. I mean, the main goal is get back into Legends, to be fair. Obviously, battle conditions screw with you a lot, but I feel like I am at the point where Legends should be a bit more stable. I can actually see history here as well, can't I? Like, I am currently bouncing in and out of Legends a lot. So I feel like with the increases I've been getting lately, I should be able to sit in Legends soon. PM. My chrono is perma, yes. Is it worth for gold rank? I would say you're way too early to worry about perma chrono field. So my perma chrono field on my I'm in champions going to Legends. Are you referring to this one? No, this one is not perma. On my glass cannon, it's far from perma. I'm trying to get perma poison swamp first, and then I was going to go perma chrono field. In fact, I do not have the chrono field lab going at the moment. I think it's because I couldn't afford to keep it going. I'm pushing some poison swamp goodies because poison swamp can stop bosses. So I'm trying to get it to stop bosses for longer. Because right now it's at, what was that, 4 seconds? So if I can get the stun time even higher, where is poison swamp? Oh, it's up. Poison swamp, poison swamp, poison. Yeah, chrono field duration is expensive. But yeah, so yeah, it looks like I'm probably not going to be able to afford it. This is at 4 seconds right now, so it'll go up to like 12 seconds of pausing the boss. That's amazing. The only thing is, it maxes out at like 90% chance, so it doesn't have a 100% chance of doing it. But having that pausing the boss extra is going to be great for like clearing bosses out. And it's not just on bosses; it can pause like all the other enemies. Ideally, it also pauses the elites, but I haven't confirmed that yet. I've never been on and watched the elites get paused. But yeah, perma chrono field for gold, that is a bit early to get it. For platinum, yeah, I can see you getting perma chrono field for platinum. So yeah, the perma chrono field on my main tower is for the damage reduction. It's not for the enemy slow. It is literally just there because it does 21% damage decrease right now. I think it maxes out at 25, but I've not been able to slot it in yet. I do need to slot it in, but I've just not got around to being able to. Because so many labs to choose from, it's just not even funny. I'm currently doing wall health, wall fortification, because I've moved over into a wall build. And then obviously second wind mastery for the regen, but I'm going to have to stop doing my masteries for a while because I've reduced my econ. So that's probably going to go into another health lab. Might even go into pushing up my thorns a bit more, but we'll see. Everything's up in the air. My biggest problem right now is the health needs to increase, but also my health regen, I'd say. Thorn damage is probably better because then I don't take as many hits. So I might stick my thorns in to try and max it out, because the higher the better at the end of the day. Full stop. Right. I mean, my wall thorns is down to 113% right now. 117 would be where it would be at if I was using the correct module. So if this was ancestral, it would be up at 117. The thorn damage goes up. Basically, one thing that I've noticed, which is a very important distinction, which changes everything. So I can't show my relic buffs at the moment, unfortunately. There's no way of checking them in run. But the relics give you 1% of your current Thorn damage, not a +1. It's a times 1%, which makes a massive difference. So if we quickly go into the armor, and I'll show you, right? So this gives 10% thorns, and this gives 7% thorns. However, when I have my ancestral equipped, it, rather than going up to 116, it goes to 117. And that's where the important distinction is with the way that it calculates it. You get extra thorn damage, and with your wall only getting a percentage of your wall thorn damage, the higher you can get this, the better. Ideally, we can get this up to like 500% at some point, and that would be amazing, because then your wall would do 100%. But I'd be happy to get it to 250, but it's 2 hits on your wall, right? But that's never going to happen. I would be surprised if we get to a point where Thorns becomes that broken. So 125 is my current goal. I'll be happy with that. 4 hits on my tower at that point, in theory, depending on rounding. And that is definitely doable, right? So we're at 117 already, and then we've got another 1% relic this tournament. So this event. So it should get us to like 118, potentially 119, depending on rounding, right? And then we're only 6% or 7% off the current goal for the amazingness from it, right? But for now, it's basically just a case of working on my econ. Again, because I've reduced my econ, I need to buff my econ back up. But also work on my defense. But right now, my econ's only down to my gold bot being weaker, so I can work on that, no problem, get that increase back up. I think that's the only thing that's reduced my econ, golden bot for flame bot. And it's a massive change. But if I can get to the point where I'm getting keys, I can then do the respec, and then I can have golden bot on for farming and flame bot on for doing my milestone runs. But I know I'm well away from that, but increasing my flame bot gets me to the point where it's potential. But that being said, I can remove my flame bot next event and go back to getting econ again. So I can choose which one I'm doing, because at the moment the only thing that I need my gems for is for pulling modules. Once I actually get the last module that I need, because I only need one more sharp fortitude, and then I'm done. Like 100%, that's it, out of the way. Never question it ever again. I don't need to pull modules unless there's an event for modules. I only really need to save up to get extra card slots. Well, that's the point. I'll be saving up my gems, so I'll have the gems spare to respec and things. So it's not so bad. Because all my cards are maxed. Whatever, I was spending gems on something else. But basically, most of the things that I need gems for now, I don't really need them. Modules is so close to being done that I'm actually at the point where I can start saving gems and decide what I want to do with them. Which is just such a nice feeling. Yeah, I don't do respecs as well. That's what it was. So it was like respecs for tournaments and things. I don't need to do that now where I'm sat at, so that saves. I don't respec in my... the only thing that I respec right now, basically, is my bots, and you can do that once every 2 weeks. So, not too bad. Here we go. Right, we can do another module pull. Come on, be nice. Give me something good. It's not good, but it's not bad. I got loads of blues, basically. Not that it helps me, really. I need 350. I should... No, I need 350 for that as well. Back to this one. I like to max this out with cash regardless, because I'm not damage build, so cash is completely pointless for me. Right, that's something that I forgot to pay attention to. So I increased my black hole size. So my black hole is almost at the point where it needs to be. I want it to be crossing over my tower. So that I basically grab anything that's hitting my tower when it activates. But yeah, I would say, just going back to that Perma Chronofield question. So I would actually say Perma Chronofield is not that important early game. It's one of the last things that you should get, but definitely put that lab in early game so it's done out of the way if you can afford it. Just so that when you put the stones in, you don't have to put as many stones in. Or when you need your Perma Chronofield, you're already on the way there. And my music paused again. Izumi. Am I actually going to get to 200 waves on tier 10? On my defense build. I am impressed. There am I. I'm about to find out if I am. How much damage is the boss going to do? Actually, that might be okay. When I get the second one, it'll give pretty much most coverage. Because I've got damage. Yeah, I'll do 200, but I probably won't get much further than 200. All depends on the recovery packages. That is awesome to see. I forget with the way because champions is like tier 11 plus, right? My chain lightning melts enemies still. Like it did 27% of the damage on the boss, and it's not really that high leveled either. It's just a case of I did increase my damage a little bit. Well, I will admit that, just because I was trying to check some theories. I am. Oh, mind, it doesn't matter, does it? I was thinking. I am tempted. Yeah, do your Econ ultimate weapons first. Econ ultimate weapons early game are gonna. It feels like you're not making progress, right? Because you're not increasing into your damage stuff. So it does kind of suck. Not gonna lie, it does feel like it kind of sucks at the beginning. But having that good econ at the beginning of the game sets you up for the years of playtime that you're going to continue to play. It's how I play any game. You always look through at the econ stuff and get that as soon as possible. I didn't do that when I first started playing the tower, and I completely regret it. Always look to try and get your econ stuff maxed out as soon as you can, because the longer you have the econ, the more you get out of it. Right, so that's perfect. Now, okay, so I've got extra stones, which is awesome. I should just press claim all. Every day you continue to play, the more worth that econ becomes, whereas Perma Chronofield may not necessarily give you extra benefit every single day. What should I pick for my 6th ultimate weapon? You have Golden Tower, Black Hole, Death Wave, Spotlight, and Chain Lightning. Right, so I would say, if it's an option, I think you still have. Wait, hang on. Poison Swamp, Inland Mine, Chrono Fields. Yes, if it's an option, because you've still got 4 choices. I think if I've done the counting right there. Chrono Field, because of the long labs, you can start slotting those labs in. If you want benefit from what you want to choose next, I feel like Smart Missile's in the point where it's not actually useful anymore. So don't do that. This is up to like 250. Okay, bad. If you want something that gives you instant benefit, honestly, you're kind of at the point where they don't give you instant benefit. So I would say if it comes up, Chrono Field, so you can start doing the long labs. If it doesn't come up, just invest in your ultimate weapons, like Econ ultimate weapons a bit more. Try and get them to perma or like 50 second, 100 seconds point and upgrade your Econ more for now, and then just choose one random out of the shitty ones choices that you get so that you can get Chrono Field. But Poison Swamp actually is a great a great crowd control one that a lot of people sleep on because they don't realize that it's great. But it's heavy investment in labs again, so it's your choice. Smart Missiles, as I said, it's kind of in a really weird place right now. It's not as good as it used to be, but it still has its place for like the S-Max build and that, but there's a lot of investment in there as well, and it will end up falling behind other damages. Then in a landmine, again, that's kind of an Econ one against bosses. I keep saying Econ rather than crowd control. Crowd control against bosses, so it's not completely useless, but it needs some investment in again for it to be useful. So I would probably say, if Chrono Field's there, get Chrono Field, so you can start those labs. If not, just focus on Econ. You'll never go wrong with focusing on Econ. As I said, every day you have higher Econ, you get extra benefit per day. Whereas other things, you don't necessarily get extra benefit per day for having it. Unless it's something extreme like when Primordial Collapse came out. Having that with Perma Black Hole, amazing, not just for Econ, but for the damage reduction or like being a EHB build. Before I go into the next run on here, I'm actually going to pull a few cards because I'm at the point where I can. So cash has gone up, so that's going to be a nice increase. Going to mean I can get more upgrades in. I mean, I know it's not a big increase, but more increases in run. Nope, dragon. Nope, horse. Nope, seahorse. And yes, coin increase. Extra Econ, always amazing. Nope, lion. Nope, dog. Nope, cat. So I've got 2 increases there, cash and coins. But our cards are going in the right direction. Not long until we go into pulling our modules. I say not long. Health regen is still only at 4. And health still only at 4. The important ones for Econ, you know. No, my defense and fortress are 5, so that's not so bad. So I'm going to set this one to run. And stick in there. And then I'm just going to quickly grab my water because I completely forgot to grab it before I started the stream. And yeah, I said water. I'm British. I said water, not water. Because water sounds weird with a British accent. So we say water. Because it sounds normal to us, water. But it sounds weird to everyone else. All good now. And yes, I have not drunk water for the last hour and 40 minutes. Actually, longer than that because I had streaming issues. To start off with, so like what? 50 minutes because I started 5 minutes early. Which kind of helped with the fact that I was having some issues with the stream to start off with. Got a lot of getting technical issues for streaming. So, yeah, I'm happy to push that. This has the ultimate weapon durations. I wonder. I mean, I'm currently fine, but actually, no, I think I am okay, aren't I? Aren't I? Because this is 38 seconds duration, so that's oh, actually, no, I might struggle because there's a 12-second overlap, or not non-overlap. And then I always click the wrong symbol. I don't know why. This gives 20 seconds, doesn't it? So technically there's an 8-second difference. Assuming I get one per activation. So that means there's a 2-second gap when this gets to max. Where it's not going to be active, so I may actually die earlier than I want to. Although we're now up in the 800, so let's see how everyone else is doing. I was 12th. I am still 12th. There's people at 1,000. I should clear this person, no problem. And yeah, I'll struggle clearing this person. This is going to be a very long stream, by the way, because we're still only at wave 800. But hey, we got this. I know I get low viewership for my streams because I stream at awkward times for other people. But I like doing them. People watch them back later on, or watch some of it back on later on. The people typically what they do when they rewatch this is they watch like me start my tournament, and then they skip to see how well I scored in it, like how many waves I got. So, and that's fine. It's good that people actually check it, that sort of thing. Main reason that I stream this is just because it is something nice to do. I do like streaming, as I said before. I like the interaction that you get that you don't get from a normal video. Like, people leave a comment on my videos. Sure, I can message them back, but like when you're writing a response, you kind of you think about it a lot, and then you just put like a small paragraph or a sentence. Whereas when people ask me a question on a stream, I can kind of just ramble on and go through an actual full explanation. Basically, what I just said there is I'm a very lazy typer. Do not like typing. No, so it's just a case of that's how it is at the end of the day, or how I am. I prefer doing a stream because when someone asks a question, I can kind of go more in depth than in a video. Also, people don't always ask questions on video. On streams, I get so many more questions, which is really nice because I help. I like helping the community. But yeah, what I was going to say before about water is, I can't say it normally now. You know, when you, I mean, I think it happens for every language as well. It's not just English or native English speakers. So, like, you have certain words that when you notice you're saying it, it just sounds so weird. And then you say it more and it just gets weirder the more you say it. But then you forget about it the next day and then it just goes back to being a normal word until you think about how it's said, and then it just gets weird again. That's something I love about language in general. I need to look into sorting this out as well. Almost doxed myself. I've got this as my address on. technically reading. Okay, yeah, that's all right. I'm just reading something. Right, so we're getting up to the 300 mark point. When you see, I just can't speak anymore. When you think about a word being said, you suddenly can't think. But yeah, so I'm getting up to the 300 wave mark because that's about where I was before, wasn't it? 304. Currently, what's the enemy attack speed? That's probably what screwed me over. And yeah, movement speed. So it increases at 300. Probably why I died at 304. This actually doesn't have enemy level skips yet. I need to look at unlocking it because that what 16. My voice is going now. 18 billion. I should have really unlocked it. I'll save up for it now. I know I just spent like 300 million on something. What did it spend on? Spent 300 million somewhere. Just looking at this, maybe if I don't think I can pull it out at the moment, can I? I was just thinking I could technically unlock enemy level skips by ranking that down, but it's 10% there, so it's not going to be helpful enough at this point. Later on it'll be helpful, but at this point it's not helpful enough. Is it worth it though? Just debating, is it worth losing the econ from restoring the level of that to unlock enemy level skips to then... I mean, I don't even know if it'll give me enough. 3 or 4 months ago, I took a little sneak peek for my 6th ultimate weapon. My options were Chronofield, Poison Swamp, and Inner Landmines. Then I decided to put all the stones into econ. Yeah, so if you know that Chronofield's there and you've been doing econ for the last 4 months, 3 or 4 months, you may be at the point where it's worth getting your Chronofield now so that you can start doing that lab. It just depends where your econ's at, right? If you're making enough per day to be doing all your labs and having no issues, definitely look at unlocking Chronofield. Excuse me, sorry. Right, we'll go into, and I'll put this up to 10 at this point because we're doing lower. Is another thing that I know it's going to be okay. There's another thing that bugs me, but I think it's all right. You know, I always recommend for people to push up their health regen, and I forgot how niche health regen is. So I need to change that advice when I'm advising people on their builds. I actually need to do a Volvio Tower later today as well. I've got a lot to do today. I might not get it all done, but I'll try my best. I may end up just releasing a generic video today just so that I get something released today, because I'm going to have to do... After this stream, I'll need to wait for my voice to recover a little bit before I go into recording. But I've got to record a Volvio Tower. I've got to record tier 13 for my glass cannon. You're getting at least 30 to 40 trillion per day loss. So you're at about the same point as me. Yeah, unlock your Chronofield. I say that, right? So, oh, hang on. Per day. No, you're not where I'm getting per hour. But no, at that point, I'd say, yeah, unlock Chronofield now, rather than pushing your econ. Yeah, so, as I said, got to do the Volvio Tower, and then I've got to do a Glass Cannon tier 13 video. I've got to do a health, like baby health update video. And then I've got to do a wall guide. I'm going to record the wall guide. In my opinion, it's at that point where that's something that I want to record. And then I need to record some of my workshop upgrade series as well, because I've still got some more of that to do. I always have to record, basically. I get 1 day off during the week per week from my workplace, so I choose to work basically extra hours every day so that I get a free day during the week. And I use that to record all my YouTube videos, so that basically when I'm not at work on other days, I can spend time with my family, and my weekends are free for spending time with my family. But it does mean that, like, I have so much to do on this 1 day, and then when I'm in Legend Tournament, it's not so bad. Like, the day changes throughout, like, every week, right? So I'm not free every Wednesday. So days where it's not a Wednesday, I usually can get everything done, no problem. When it's a Wednesday and I'm in a Champions Tournament and the stream's 2 hours plus, that's when it starts to become a struggle, right? So it's already 25 minutes past 10 here. I've got until 5 PM to do all these video recordings. Sounds like plenty of time, but I'm not just doing video recordings, right? I've got to do house chores, basically, rather than going through everything that I need to do as well. So there's plenty for me to be getting on with. I know my hair's a mess, it always is. I just saw, like, my little fin right here. I'm gonna sort that out quickly, but in a lazy way. Yeah, there we go. Got rid of my fin. The downside of tying your hair back, sometimes it just gets messy. I think it's the way that my hair is. It's quite, not frizzy, it's just freeform is what I'm going to call it. It's not a tight way that your hair can be, but it is freeform. I just have a lot of straggly hairs. So, I don't know. What did I do to my build? I'm so confused what I've just done to my Glass Cannon. Something I've done on stream between my first tournament run and my second has given me a major buff. No idea what it was. Yeah, it's only a second, but you can see my black hole doesn't come up straight away after, so that is going to end my runs much earlier than I anticipated. That one came up straight after, but generally if you watch, when this one comes down, there you go. Absolutely no black hole for a while there. But yeah, I'm going to struggle. Package chance is 79.2. I need to get that up, but I don't think I have anything else left to push that up. Is there anything that increases package? I need to look through myself, see what I can get for package chance. There'll be something that I've missed. Just 79.2 seems an odd point for it to be at. No, I was thinking, is there a mastery or something? But the mastery does the package chances have a chance to give you reroll shards. I think, is it reroll shards or is it shard shards? I think it's shard shards. There we go. I got an extra 59 or 55 waves on my tournament. Still ranked 11. Yeah, so I was like joint 13 with this guy, or joint 14 technically, I guess. And I've gone up 1 ranking by doing that. Not worth it. Right, yeah, I need to do a tier 8. That's what I was thinking beforehand. I need to do a tier 8 run. I didn't increase. I increased my poison swamp by 5 seconds. That's all I really did, though. Did that make that much of a difference? Oh, right, I was going to see, because it's free to do. If I restore this level, I only get 500. I am really tempted, and it is a bad idea. Not reroll. I'm having a really bad idea here. There we go. I now have ELS on my glass cannon. Whether that was worth it is very questionable. I feel like I've just made myself so much weaker. I'm not going to max because I kind of need to level these equally. So I'm going to push up to like 60 and then go 60 over here. Because I don't want to have lost out on too much, right? 60. One thing is I'm going to make a little bit more this week now because I've unlocked tier 13. It's going to help. 60. This way I've not lost out on as much coin bonus, right? But be careful because... I mean, there we go. My enemy health level skips back up. It is up to 4% now, right? So, in theory, that was like, oops, I only went to 50 there. So if we go up to 65... Starting to pull through it now. 65. In fact, we'll go to 70 and 70. Do we push this one up to 70? Yeah, we'll push this one up to 70 as well. Yeah, 70. And then that's the thing. It's getting expensive now. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, and I had 150 left beforehand, so my damage has gone down, sure, but in theory, having those extra enemy health level skips is gonna give me boons. I was thinking of the best way of saying it, but I think boons is the correct way of saying it. Should really be clicking into these two, so pushing that up, and then yeah, it's only 8k. The only problem is, and you can't see it, I'm going to move this across for a moment. So my problem is, because I am full on glass cannon, I do not have free defense upgrades. So it's like free utility upgrades is at 0, so I'm not going to get any free upgrades on my enemy health level skips. But enemy health level skips is going to be a great thing for me to push into. So gonna be, do I just accept that I'm going to get some damage, like defense now? I mean, I can always respec out of it, right? Well, I say that. I can always, once I get free upgrade mastery, a long time from now, I know, but then I can stop the free ups. And I can always just leave it at like a 4.5% enemy health skip chance, right? Because that's at least a few levels. But yeah, I'm just gonna have to figure out how exactly. I didn't mean to increase landmine damage, but oh. Right, now we're at the point where it's going to become really difficult / interesting, because I've not got perma black hole anymore. I am up to 10th now. People seem to be not progressing so much. He's top one. I mean, it's swapped now. He is now top. Where's the? I think there was one that was at like Champions 15s are the best. I think they've finished their run. Champions 14. So they were like at the top. I think they've got to the best that they can. So I'm probably going to overtake them in a moment, assuming I don't suddenly die. I think I will be okay though, because even with my black hole down, I was like, I took a little bit of damage there. But I think the 56% damage reduction that I get from a flame bot kind of makes up for my black hole not being perma. Yeah, sorry, Muffin. I did see your message. I was just talking there. So yeah, 18 days. Mine has 3 days left on it. I'm not able to keep the lab speed going because I'm not doing tier 1 runs. I should do tier 1 runs because it will mean that I can keep that going to at least make it a bit faster, but at the end of the day, it's just a long lab, but it's worth it. And trust me, if you think 18 days is a long time, you will not last long in this game. You will not last long in this game if you think 18 days is a long time. That's not even the last level. Do I have anything over 80 days right now? I don't think I do. Hang on, I'll hide. Anything over 80 days? Actually, I think I might do. Do I? Actually, maybe not. I think I've got a 40-day one there. A week, 8 days. Yeah, I think 80 days is my longest one right now. No, yeah, 80 days is the longest lab that I've got unlocked. That's fine. It's like 80 days now as well. It was much longer than 80 days when it first started. Obviously, it's 4 times quicker, so it's 20 days, but still that's 20 days like with speed up. To clarify, I'm actually going to do really well here with this tournament, I've just realised. So, once I die, if I can live long enough for my wall to come back up, I'm going to have even higher health regen. So I'll be able to survive more waves. I was tempted to keep running tier 1 for the cell income, but I decided against it. Don't know if I made the right choice. The thing is, it's because I don't really care about this tower so much. It's my main tower that's the most important, right? If I was caring about perfect progress as quickly as possible, I probably would do tier 1 for the extra cells. I mean, I've started running tier 2, which kind of gets some cells, but not enough. But I feel like maybe my tier 2 runs are starting to get a bit better and going to be earning more anyway. But arguably tier 1 is where I should be farming if I want cells. People say, that, right, this is a funny... I get the advice later game, but people say it for everyone, like early game. If you're not surviving 4,500 waves, you should not be farming there. Yeah, but 4,500 waves on tier 1 gives me... Where's my 4,000? Have I just lost it? I think I've lost it now. Oh well. Yeah. So 3,000 waves on tier 1 gives me 854,000 per hour. Whereas 200 waves on tier 10 gives me 2.6 million per hour. So I would rather do 200 waves at a time than 3,000 waves at a third of the coins per hour. So don't always take all advice that you get as gospel. Even advice I give, do not take it as gospel. Take it as advice. Still do your own due diligence. Check out whether that advice works for you. Sometimes you will fuck-gun yourself for the short term. Like, I've decided to respec into my flame bot to see if I could get 40 waves on tier 19. Absolutely no progress help. But it's half my econ. So I've got to deal with having half econ for the next 2 weeks because I wanted to try and get assist mods. And I didn't get assist mod. Am I a bit closer? Yes, maybe. But we'll see. Right now, I've just got to try and get into Legends again. That's my main concern. I've had a thought, and it's a dangerous thought. I like the way my voice deepens when I do that, but it's a dangerous thought, right? It doesn't deepen enough. I would love to have like a deep, booming voice, but I don't. But yeah, I was thinking, if I get my flame bot to like 80% damage reduction, with an 80% damage reduction from Black Hole, that's because they're not additive, they're multiplicative. That's 80% of 80%. So let's say they do 100% damage. They would deal 20% damage, or 20 damage, sorry, if they did 100 damage. And then they would do 4 damage. That's from 100 down to 4 from just those two. That's amazing. And that can happen from Flamebot, but a lot of investment needed. And unfortunately, this event, even though it's a new event, I guess it's not a new event. I thought it was a new event. It's an old event. I've got to buy so much here that I'm not going to really have much left over for investing in Flamebot or Goldbot, unfortunately. Right, I'm not going to speak as much just to give my voice a little bit of rest, but by all means ask questions and I'll speak, but I won't do filler talking. I know a lot of people watch and want you to be talking all the time, and I appreciate that, but I've been talking for over 2 hours now, so I'm going to give my voice a rest when I can. I guess I'm going to stay up for another 24 hours. I went to sleep at 10 AM, then woke up at 3 AM to go to the bathroom. Now I can't go to sleep. I mean, I'm assuming you meant 10 PM as well. You can always try and sleep. I appreciate you like tuning in because you can't sleep, but at the end of the day, like, unless you have to get up, you can always go to sleep. I'm going to have a coffee after this, to be fair. Coffee helps soothe your throat, right? I got up at 6 AM, but that's because I go to the gym. Usually I go at 5, but because it's so dark in the morning, and someone tried to stab me the other day, I go an hour later now. I mean, I got an extra 10 waves. That looks so bad, right? But this is what I'm talking about, consistency. 205, 214, 229, 260, 300, 400, 600. There's a bit of a jump there. Is there anything where I think I might... Because there's no... Oh, no, there is a 250. But this one I might be able to get to 250 and I get some extra gems. So I think I will do a tier 8 run. Just realised both of them are doing the tier 8 run. Both my baby towers. Just looking price-wise, considering I'm still early, so I clicked another 10, 20 levels into there, so it's at 5.5 now. Just thinking with my glass cannon, rather than shooting myself in the foot, I think I am better just getting like a little bits of defense increase, so that I can maximize on my enemy health levels get increases. Yeah, I think going forward, I'm going to invest a little bit in there. Realized when I dragged that back, I did not. I don't have OCD on it. Right, so I feel like people are starting to struggle at this point. So let's see, have I moved up from 10th? I am back down to 11th. That's what's happened. Well, that's kind of weird. So Edge had stopped. I guess there's some people that slept on it to start off with. Let's see, this person, no contest. This person, definitely no contest. So the two sleepers are no contest. Third sleeper, probably no contest. No contest. If they're sleepers. I think we're fine. Right, okay, so we just need to try and get top 4. First would be amazing, but we're aiming for top 4. I rolled a 10, so it's questionable where we get to top 4. That's how it worked, right? Roll a d20, whatever you get. I would rather not finish 10th place, though, actually thinking about what I just said. Not gonna lie, I very much prefer doing legends for my streams. Much shorter run. But I can't force myself to be in legends when I'm streaming. I wish I could guarantee being in legends. No. Excuse me. Right, I'm actually going to write a list of things that I need to do. Can't even spell. Make that clear. Baby HP update. That's 4 videos that I want to record. Is there another one? Oh yeah, wait, 5 work. Oh. 3. And then there is actually That's something that I was really happy to see as well. So I completely changed up my title on my. It's probably not my last video now. 2 days ago video. I made a much more simple title rather than the whole convoluted title, and I got so many more views. I think the topic helped as well, but like I feel like sometimes the waffle on in my title actually stops people from clicking on my video. I'm gonna make it much more streamlined going forward. I'm just watching my numbers. I've got 2 bosses hitting my wall right now, really. To be fair, I can understand having multiple bosses hitting my time. I'm still melting. Just how over-leveled is my Chain Lightning against Scatters? It's still melting them at 1,197 waves at 4.83 S health. So currently my Thorns are doing 5% damage. As you can see, the boss dies very, very slowly. But my tower's still just like, heh, so what? Helps my level skips skip 270 waves. Waves? Yeah. Levels, I guess, is correct one, but waves works too. Right, let's have a look. So my Chain Lightning's done nothing. My Poison Swamp has done more damage than my Chain Lightning on an enemy that was sat there for so long. That really makes me tempted, right? Because Chain Lightning is 15Q. My Poison Swamp is 700 trillion. So really, really tempting. I mean, I'm not far off getting this perma, right? I'm tempted to push into perma Poison Swamp and then increase its damage. Tempted. 2 tier 18 guys, 4 tier 17 guys, tier 19. I mean, it's just hit and miss at the end of the day. Like, I'm a tier 19 player right now, allegedly. But I'm still 10th. They're tier 17, so I should crush them. But there could be Glass Cannon. Again, tier 17 should crush them. Tier 16 should crush them. Tier 17, again, should crush them. Tier 19, I will struggle against this person. They have assist mods. Tier 17, Theory should crush them. Tier 17, Theory should crush them. Tier 18, 152, 50-50, because they're Glass Cannon. Tier 18, 160. So, in my opinion, 4th seems comfortable for me in where I should end up, in theory. And the reason I say in theory is these people that are tier 17 could have perma black hole for the crowd control. I do not have the perma crowd control right now. They could have Chronofield perma with, I mean, my Chronofield is perma, don't get me wrong, with Chrono Toilet is what I'm going to call it, because I can't think of its actual name. Chrono Loop, isn't it? Is it called Chrono Loop? What's it called? Chronofield Plus. Oh, I'm starting to take actual damage now. Not sure what did that damage to me, because it did happen pretty quickly. We are actually getting to the point where my regen isn't keeping up. So I might not even be getting out of this tier because I guess I got a bad bracket. But we'll see. I can always also do a second run with a different build to see if I can survive a bit longer. Yeah, so I've just seen. So the damage I'm taking when my black hole is not up. Whilst my black hole's not up, I'm getting to the point where I might actually die. So I've got to be very careful and choose the right moment. But yeah, so I'm not liking my thought process. Because of how long the run takes. But I'm thinking I may be able to run again with a different module, just one module changed, and I may get a few extra waves. But Jesus Christ, the length of this run, I'd rather not. I need to find a way to get perma black hole with this condition, because there's only one way to do it, and I don't like the sounds of it. I need to get this to being black hole duration or cooldown. The only way I can do it. Because that's again probably going to extend my run, because I'm probably going to end up dying from black hole not being up. Do I have... No, I've currently spent everything on trying to get my wall rebuild. Oh, you're deadly dogs. Awesome. You've got perma black hole with perk in my farming runs yesterday, and I don't have Field yet. So I'm running hybrid with... Alright, so you're doing hybrid. Yeah, I mean, I have perma with with perk. I'm just looking at having perma in tournament. And I can do it. If I'm lucky. I don't want to waste my reroll shards, is the main thing that's going on in my head. So hang on, let's have a look. Are you currently... Deadly dogs, right, you're currently a bit further ahead than me. I'm back down to 11th, I should stop. It's because I keep pausing to check. I started to use epic restorative bonus for my tournament, and it actually helped well. I mean, it all depends on your build at the end of the day. Like, I am heavy into EHP. You know, it is so bad what's going through my head right now. I am legit thinking about... In theory, I can do it, right? There's only one video that I'm planning on recording today that requires my main tower. So, depending on how I rank, and depending on my luck, I may be able to do a second run with perma black hole, which would get me more waves. I always like it when I'm in a bracket with someone like that I know, or that's like in stream is awesome as well. But like, I haven't actually looked through the names properly. Is there anyone that I actually know from elsewhere? Oh, I've just jumped up to 9th. I'll take that. I'm just checking if there's anyone that I know from Discord directly. No. Looks like it's just you, Demo Dogs. Deadly Dogs. Sorry, the reason I said Demo Dogs is because I've been rewatching Stranger Things and just finished season. Is it season 2 that has the Demo Dogs? Season 3. We just finished the Demo Dog season anyway. I think it's season 2 for Demo Dogs. Right, I'm going to go into increasing my health, my defense abs on my baby tower. Yeah, look at this. That's all because my black hole wasn't there. Whilst my black hole is up, I actually start to regen a little bit. But that being said, even if I do get the duration or cooldown for my black hole to make it survive longer, SysMod's going to solve this problem, by the way, and I know it is because I've got a theory which is going to be amazing once I unlock SysMods. Let's just say, with assist mods, I will be able to get my black hole cooldown, or sorry, duration. No, yeah, cooldown, even lower than it already is. But it's going to cost a lot of stones. But right now, not getting the recovery packages is currently shortening the potential for my run. Nice, well done on starting on Shatter Shards. I am on rank 4 and already dreading rank 5. Or level 5, because it's levels, isn't it? I don't know why I said rank. It's nice how I press the wrong one every single time. Yeah, level. So I'm on level 4, dreading level 5. I will not be able to I was hoping I'd be able to save up some gems just to rush it. But I've not been able to pull the last module that I need, so I can't. Because I need one more shot of Fortitude, and then I'm going to stop pulling modules. Full stop. And then I'll be able to save up gems, and I will definitely use it for rushing Shatter Shards 5. Doesn't matter at what point Shatter Shards is. It could be like a second left on Shatter Shards. I would rush that 1 second because it's just such a long lab. Although I am getting to the point where I can do 5 times, which is nice. That said, currently my 5 times is on my lab coin discount rather than my Shatter Shards, because to me lab coin discount is of higher value than Shatter Shards, because it makes the last level of Shatter Shards cheaper. But also I'm doing my masteries right now, so making masteries cheaper is massive, and then I'll have the battle condition labs to do after that, so again, them being cheaper is massive. Shatter Shards is great for shattering, but I'm not shattering things before I get it up, so I don't mind it running a little bit slower, basically. Best way to explain that, anyway. How's this doing? Up to level 34, not bad. 14 extra levels, basically. Right, so the check, because I'm in no rush. So I'm tying with Wall Lemming now. I get War Lemming. It's Wall Lemming is what I said rather than War Lemming. Jesus Christ. That's the thing. It looks like everyone's still mid-run, which doesn't bode well for me. But what? Right, my phone. We're getting close to death. Well, I say death. But yeah, once my wall's gone on this build, it is death. And that's where it gets complicated. There's a reason why I say it's where it gets complicated, because I've got to balance a few things. So, if I can survive long enough, once I die, I can get my wall back. And then I'll be able to live a bit longer. And I am really getting tempted to try and push for a perma black hole. Because as you can see, just getting absolutely shredded whilst my black hole's not. The only problem is the black hole cooldown and duration. That's the word I was looking for. They are the worst. So when I say they're the worst, I literally mean 2 seconds change. At Mythic, I think it's like 2 seconds at Mythic. It's terrible. It might be a legendary, and I'll need 2 seconds. Makes it permanent in theory. The reason I say permanent in theory is because it still very much relies on getting your package chances at the right time. Now, obviously, we do have package after boss guaranteed, but I'm not sure if that counts after I've killed the boss or whether it's after the boss wave. So I do have higher chance of getting the package chance because it's guaranteed on the boss wave. Let's have a look. I think I got a package chance fly through there. But it's a case of basically 2 seconds gets it to theory permanent, because 2 seconds means that there's a 10-second cooldown gap between my duration and my cooldown, and then we've got ultimate weapon decreases by 10 seconds. So in theory, that's perfect. But that's on the theory of I get a package chance every single time when I need it. So we need a longer overlap so that if we do not get a package chance, we have a black hole ready there to go over a bit to give us longer to get a black hole. Package chance for a black hole, that way around. It's an awful build, but they've got a high... Heck it, I'm going to try it. Just playing a different game where you fight people. They've basically got... I'm at 5.8 million power. They're at 8.15 million, so they've got a higher power rating than me. But their build is awful. So I'm like, yes, they're like... Would be... Like, they're just shy of double my power. I mean, okay, they're like 30% higher power than me, even. But tempting fate, I could potentially win. Basically, yeah. But anyway, that's a different game. Second wind still hasn't activated, so that's good. If we hit 1,400, I'll double check, see how we're doing. I am at a really awkward position. And by that, I mean I need to take a short break soon, TM. But I'm at the point where I can't really go for a short break. Like, I could die any moment. And if I'm not there to use my demon mode, I could end my wave, like... End my run, like, a good 30-40 waves early, so we kind of want to get further. Getting close to death, but still not quite there. That's the thing. When I've got my damage, like my damage, when I've got my black hole up, my health regen is still good enough to keep me alive, but it's not. Right, yeah, so I wouldn't have... I'm debating whether I can... Well, yeah, the run will be over soon, so I'll be able to take a quick break, or end the stream at that point, really. I won't be doing another run on stream. We're already almost at 3 hours. So we will just let this be the end of the stream when I die. I'm going to slow down the run a little bit. It doesn't really make much difference with a defense build. I love it when you've got a boss here, but it's got no boss health. Just amazing quality of life in this game. Yeah, so 200's where I just get too many enemies here, and it's mainly because of these protectors. I mean, look how many protectors there are. I need to be able to kill protectors. Gonna have to change the quality on this because it's getting blurry. There we go. Leaving it on auto. Right. It's coming back up a bit, actually. I'm impressed. Right, so it's annoying when you look away from the tournament for 1 second and then you die. Exactly, that is the worst. It really is. Especially considering you have second wind, so you think your second wind gives you a lot of time, and you look away, and then you look back, and you've completely died. It happens on milestone runs all the time as well, and that really annoys me. But tournament's the worst, but especially when it's like 1,400 waves in. Right, I'm gonna quickly... I'm at a good point. It's coming back up. I'm up to 7th. I'm doing well. You're going to be my competition, Deadly Dogs. You really are. I want to be able to get back into Legends because I am at the point where I'm stable for Legends, in my opinion. My build has strengthened since last time. I'm close to getting everything that I need to get to assists with an EHP build. But at this point, I am tempted to do a second run regardless, as much as that's going to really affect my sell income. I am tempted to do a second run with potential perma black hole if I can get a good enough cooldown drop. Oh, I won that battle as well that I was referring to on the other game, where they were like stronger than me. This one I will fail. You know what? I'm going to try it. The build's a bit of a odd build. That's the main thing that you need to look at in like games like that, where it's like player versus player. I was wrong. Their build is insane. It didn't look that great, and then I've just been like wiped out so quickly. Well, I can clearly see that my Chain Lightning is no longer dealing with scatters. Why is there so many protectors on my baby EHP tower? Because it has no way to kill them. They are immortal. So they keep spawning. In fact, I think I've killed a few. I say I have no way of killing them. So it currently does 93 damage per hit on that tower. They have 182 million health. The only thing that can damage them right now that this tower has is exactly that, my black hole. And my black hole currently does 0.4% damage per second. Oh my god, that almost killed me. So that means it takes what? 50 seconds is the norm at 2%. So 1,000 seconds in the black hole to kill them, and it's not a perma black hole. So literally, I basically can't kill them, so they keep spawning and just stay. I literally can't do anything else but leave them just surrounding my tower. All I can do. It has no. It's the biggest problem with an EHP build. There's literally no way to kill protectors unless you get something that can damage them. Because orbs doesn't hurt them. Death ray doesn't hurt them. Excuse me, sorry, I burped. How am I back? I'll take it, but I don't know how I'm back up to full health again. Didn't die. I didn't use my second wind. My health regen hasn't gone up. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened there. But yeah, like there's just literally, even if I was to get like smart missiles, because they do good damage and you can set them to prioritize protectors, because I'm in like EHP full, I'm just never going to have enough damage to actually kill them. So my only choice is to work into black hole to the point where it'll actually be able to kill them. Only choice. Until then, they're just going to be a bane of my runs. But I did get 250, which is awesome, because that's what my target was for the baby tower. It just looks nice having like all the green bubbles around your tower as well, honest. Nice. It's what ends my runs though, because with the protector there, the ranged is immune, so ranged sneak in enough to start hitting me. But oh well. On the plus side though, on these lower tiers like tier 8 and that, they've got small bubbles. It's like the higher tiers where the bubble is massive, that's when it's an issue. At least that used to be a thing. I don't know if it's still a thing. They might have removed that from the game. Nope. You know when you were expecting to die and you're still going? Should never complain at that point. How are we doing now? They're still going up in waves. The others seem to have stopped. 1,800 is a lot. I say they seem to have stopped. I think they're still going. So yeah, I mean, what? This guy should not be doing this well. What's going on? I feel like me and you may be fighting for a top spot, like a top 4 spot. Looking at the other people in there. Say that, I might not even make it to top 4 there. Jesus Christ, I almost lost my wall. I know slowing down to ×4 like makes my run longer, but sometimes it actually gets me extra waves. Who's looking forward to the pointlessness that is being able to run your tournament run mid farming run? Because they announced that was going to be a thing, but I cannot for the life of me figure out how that's going to work properly. It's going to be a pointless addition. Unless you're allowed to have an actual preset of everything that you own for tournament runs, it's never going to work. You're going to have to finish your farming run anyway. Not going to work. Full stop. There's no way. You have to have that option. Oh, I forgot to say, there is technically another way that I can kill protectors. Let them hit my tower, the thorns will damage them. So there you go, I do have another way. But if I let protectors in, I'm also letting other enemies in, and I don't want to be doing that. This is chip damage. I won't be getting to wave 300 here though, unfortunately, but 250 was achieved. That's the main thing. I'm going to be in a really weird spot with this. I haven't got to the point where I'm guaranteed. That's nice to know, but yeah, the problem I'm going to have, I mean, at least I do have that option, I guess. That nuke actually cleared everything off, which is nice. So I'm going to have to pop it. I wanted to wait, but I feel like safety-wise, especially with having a Ray there, I'm going to have to use a demon mode now. And then, depending on what's here, when my demon mode comes off, I am going to have to nuke to try and get to the point where my wall comes back up. I'm hoping that I have full like overhealth to at least give me the opportunity to have the nuke save my life. And there isn't too many fucking scatters around, because nuke may not even save my life. So it looks like you don't have any competition in me, Deadly Dogs. For now. I need perma black hole. And I also need to have it so when this runs out, my wall's rebuilt. It all depends. So there's so many caveats here to whether I'm going to get my wall back up and it's going to keep me running. So if my demon mode runs out whilst my black pulls up, it's fine. Otherwise, I'm a bit screwed. I need to be so careful here, right? So I may end up having to nuke. It's if I can survive till my wall's back up, then I'm good. This is questionable. I think I've made it. I made it and I didn't have to use my nuke. But that said, I don't think my nuke's going to save me regardless. Just hit waves and still going strong, but so are the people. So I'm probably not gonna make top four either. Yeah, I mean I'm definitely not making top four. I just had to use all my tricks to stay alive there. And when my wall goes back down, I am dead. Full stop. The only godsend is I am like up to 2.5 trillion health regen now. The only godsend for me, in my opinion, is you're saying you're at like 1,600 waves and still going strong, right? Glass cannon can be going strong and then it turn in like an instant, you're dead. Whereas with EHB build, you know when you're going to be dying. I mean, the main reason I'm dying right now is not having perma black hole. That is really chewing into me. So that's definitely my push that I need. I need perma black hole. I'm just going to nuke right now because my nuke is honestly pointless at this point. Like if I, because nuke doesn't deal with scatters properly, it's just pointless. But I really need to go now. I said before that I really need to disappear for a short break. So I'm going to quickly take that short break now, and I'll probably come back to a dead tower. We'll see. And then I will do a re-roll, see if I can potentially run it again. Oh my god, I'm still alive. Oh, the fact that short break wasn't a short break says everything. I'm so surprised I'm still alive, but I'm very close to not being. Do you think we've got a tough bracket this time? I'm debating if it is a tough bracket or not. Like 1,538 waves, right? And what? Last time I got in was 1,700. Well, yeah, it's not a tough bracket. 1,576 got me eighth, so that's a tough bracket. 1,700's usually been enough. I mean, that was 1,900, and it was so generally like 1,700. You're usually looking at going up. So I guess I'm not really at 1,700, am I? Come on. I mean, I got my black hull back up, but it came up after I lost my wall. I really need perma black hole. It's as simple as that. Perma black hole would have got me much further. As you can see, like the damage that I take is literally always when my black hole goes down. There we go. Dead. 1,549, ranked 6. That is terrible, to put it simply. Like that is awful. So I'm going to wrap up to end the stream now. However, whilst I'm doing so, basically any questions or anything, put them in chat now before I end. I am going to... no, it's black hole size that's blocked, so that's fine. I am going to change this and go duration, cooldown. And I realize how expensive this is, and it's going to chew up a lot, but I just want to see. I'll go down to like 15 and then go back up. And you know what? Fuck it. I'm going all in. I can get either of them. I know I've just wasted so much, but if I could pull them. Come on. Not at any level. Ugh. You're safe, Deadly Dogs. You are safe. Can't believe I didn't even get any level of it. I do have the potential of trying to run again with this, though. But then again, the perma black hole is what's going to screw me over. Yeah, I need that black hole. My idea, right, for when I unlock assist mods is I'm basically going to have this as my assist instead as my main, with Multiverse Nexus as my main, and then with G-Comp, because then I'm still getting the damage reduction, but the Multiverse Nexus is like 100, 150. Where I was like, where is it? I'm in the wrong one. Do cause minus 10 seconds. So that's still above 50 seconds, yes. But you've got minus 10 seconds. But also, one thing that people have never said, like, I've never seen this as advice before. I don't know why I did it. Is your death wave cooldown can go below, which means That'll bring down your Golden Tower cooldown and the average cooldown between all of them. Like, that can go down to 50 seconds. Yes, it gets bloody expensive, but it can, which opens up a lot of doors. It does. But no one ever says about that. So yeah, I had the chance, if I was lucky, to do another try. But I was unlucky, so I'm ending 6th. Deadly Dogs, you've made it up to top 4. So that's the thing. It's going to be like 1,000. Whatever you manage to get up to is going to be the place that I need to get wave-wise. It's not worth me going damage. I know that for a fact. My EHP is so over-leveled compared to my damage. On tier 18, I can clear 300 waves. My damage, I get 100 waves. So my damage is just so badly leveled, it's not worth it. I do get promo Chrono Field though, so it's. Don't think I can go into a full damage build and see how I do. But I don't think I'm gonna do well enough. I might try a damage one because I do have so I have the Dim Core, doesn't have Chain Lightning Chance proper yet. And then I have So I do have like a full build ready for it, ACP. And then I have in fact generator, I have project funding, equip. Yeah, you have all 21 card slots as well. And then I usually leave this cannon in because I don't have this up to Ancestral yet. Don't think I'm at the point where it can go Ancestral either. I need one more. That being said, I usually wait until I can draw all of them, but I want to see if I'm going to be really, really lucky. The fact that I got mostly rares there is amazing, but see, I've had mixed reports. A lot of people have said that ACP is better, even though I've got shit things on it. They say ACP is better for that 25 times damage. But my thing is shockwave frequency. Wait, where's shockwave? It's in damage. Oh no, shockwave is here. Like, the shockwave's going off every 11 seconds. It doesn't go off enough to be constant damage. I mean, I'm basically going full glass cannon at this point anyway, because I'm going to change my cards over to my glass cannon cards. I'm going to see how that goes. I think I am going to do a tournament with it, but I'd be surprised if I get anywhere near you with it. I do have. I am hybrid. The thing is, so because I only have 15 card slots, I don't have enough to go proper hybrid. So I have to choose A or B. I don't really get a middle option that works, per se. Like, having full cards. See, if my damage kept up reasonably before I died, I wouldn't have a problem doing a hybrid, but I just don't have enough. So I'm going to try this, see how it goes, and then I might do a third run. I'm half tempted just to click this, since I might do a third run. But no, I'm going to go full glass cannon, see how it goes. Maybe I'll do a third run with a different mix and see how that goes. But the main thing is I need perma black hole for my defense build. The reason that I'm not really interested in trying a mixed hybrid build as well is I'm still going to have that issue of not having the perma black hole So my damage is going to be reduced. Like, well, I won't have project the collapse anyway, so in theory, it's pointless. Like, my health isn't going to last long enough because I don't have that. Like, I already saw that I survived. Like, sorry, my waves ended because I didn't have black hole. So hybrid's not going to do much better. I might as well try full damage and see how that goes. Basically, I mean, it's not as if I've slept on damage either, right? So we go into my enhancement. Like, I actually have it all at 146, so it's not as if I've ignored it. So there is potential that it can still be good, but not right now, clearly. So anyway, I'm going to end the stream here. Thank you all for watching. It's been like 3 hours now. So definitely going to end it. Not many people are going to watch after. And I'll see if I can try and get to Legends next week. No guarantee. I don't think I'll be streaming next week, though. I think I'm off Thursday next week, so it doesn't fit in. But I'll end the stream now, and I'll do a few changes in the background, and hopefully it'll make it a bit smoother. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. I'm still here. Sorry, I couldn't resist. I always give it a moment before I end the stream when I go onto this screen, just in case someone says something. Hope you all enjoy your day or night or whatever, wherever you are. Ciao for now.